eBay sellers, it's Suzanne, and I have another sales update video for you. The sales in this video took place during August of 2020, and the purpose of my sales update videos are to show what the average person can do selling on eBay with consistency and a commitment over time. And this video is a bit of a travel vlog because I took a short vacation. So I'm going to share some of the beautiful pictures of where I went. I took a little trip up to Lake Keowee, South Carolina, to help a friend downsize a huge home with decades of items inside. So I used my expertise to help sort through the items and get them started selling on eBay. So this is a dear close friend I've known most of my life, so I was happy to do this and enjoy a fun getaway at the same time. So enjoy these photos of Lake Keowee, South Carolina. The sales in this video took place from August 1st to the 31st of 2020 in my eBay store, Atlanta Golf Shop. The link is below the video. If you want to follow my store, just go to this page and click the little heart next to Save This Seller, and you can follow what I do, watch the types of items I list, how much they sell for, look for examples of how to take photos of similar items that you may have. The whole purpose of this store is to help other people learn and to be an example, to lead by example so that other people can also be successful on eBay. And since there are a lot of people on YouTube telling you how to do eBay, I want you to make sure you check me out. Here's my feedback page that shows I have been a member since March of 2003. I have almost 15,000 feedbacks. So you can verify that I am a real seller just like you, doing this every single day. And if you aren't sure how I'm getting the numbers I'm going to show you as far as profit, please check out my video. I have the link below. It's called Know Your Numbers, Quick Bookkeeping Tip Number 1. Remember that shipping discounts can be up to 40% when you print your labels through eBay. So please check that video if you have any questions regarding how I'm calculating these profit numbers. My personal objective is to get to $3,500 profit per month by the end of 2020. And due to the volume of sales I'm seeing at this point, I'm only going to show you a few notable sales rather than every single sale, because this month I sold 117 items, so that would be a very boring video to sit through every single one of those. So I'm just going to give you a few with some commentary. And take a look at that picture right there. Isn't that waterfall gorgeous? We did some hiking through the woods, and where we were, there were actually cliffs just like this. So it was really a lovely getaway, and it was only 2.5 hours from Atlanta. So I have a feeling I'll be going back. Okay, the first item is Maui Jim Sunglasses. I paid $2.24 for these. They sold on best offer for $95. I did have them authenticated through authenticatefirst.com for a cost of $20. So my final profit after all the fees and factoring in the authentication was $58.81. And I found these at a Goodwill store in one of the baskets on the end of the aisle, like the end cap that had scarves and gloves and just all kind of stuff thrown in there. These were in that basket, so they weren't pulled and put behind the counter where the expensive items are. They slipped through the system and I found them. Okay, the next item is this Bloomingdale's women's blazer, 100% cashmere. I paid $2.89. I took a best offer of $65. My profit was $52.74. And this buyer did leave feedback, which I appreciate because only about a third of buyers leave it these days. And her feedback was, "Thank you, perfect fit. Thanks for the measurements. Love it." Now, I want to encourage you to read your feedback comments because you can get a lot of important information from your buyers that will help you be a better and smarter seller. Feedback can be used as research, so pay attention to what the comments say. This buyer commented on the measurements. "Thanks for the measurements." Now, I am a stickler for measurements. I think it's very important to have the measurements in the listing, especially for clothing, because we don't know how many people click on that listing, go to the description box, and when they don't see measurements, they just move on to another seller. There's no way to measure that, but I guarantee it's happening because people have told me they do that. And yes, they can ask you. Some sellers say, well, if they want to know, they can ask. Well, you know what? Let's not put that burden on them because there's a lot of sellers out there that don't respond or they don't respond quickly. And sellers, unfortunately, on eBay have a bad reputation for that. So buyers have learned just to move on to the next seller, and hopefully the listing will contain the information they want to help them make that buying decision. So if you're not measuring your clothing, I strongly suggest you do that to help increase your sales. And really, once you get a system going, it only takes about 30 seconds to take those measurements and include them in the listing. Because what people do is compare the item that you're selling to one they have that fits well. Because all brands run differently. A size 6 in a Ralph Lauren is not the same as a size 6 in a Target brand. So that's why I'm such a stickler for measurements. If you're selling clothing and you're not seeing the sales you want and you're not including measurements, that is one thing you can do to help increase your sales. Okay, so that's my speech. Next item is a Harley-Davidson military T-shirt, long sleeve T-shirt, new with tag. I paid $8.02 for this. I sold it for $55 on best offer. Profit was $39.22. This is a pair of LL Bean original duck boots, women's size 8. I paid $15 for these on a Facebook group. I sold them for $50. Profit was $30.22. Now, I did have them priced at $100, $99.97, but all the offers I received were in the $50 range. So at one point, these were selling for $100, but I think supply has caught up with demand a little bit. And I've had these almost a year, so I was willing to take the $50, and profit still was great in my book, $30.22. So also, the woman I got these from on a Facebook group, she was cleaning out her daughter's room. The daughter had gotten married and moved and just refused to clean out her stuff. So the mom was like, fine, I'm just going to sell your stuff locally. And the daughter was like, okay, whatever you need to do, Mom. So I got a good deal on these for that reason. Okay, the next item is an LL Bean women's cashmere sweater. I paid $0 for this. It was given to me. And It sold for full price of $49.97. Profit was $44.02. Here's another cashmere sweater. This is a vintage Neiman Marcus. It's very thick too. The vintage cashmere seems to be much thicker than the more current cashmere. You can tell when you're shopping and you feel it, how much thicker it is. I paid $6.35 for this, took an offer of $40. Profit was $28.53. Okay, here's a fun item. Ravensburger Jigsaw puzzle. It was new in the box. I paid $2 for it at a thrift store. Took an offer of $40. This sold in about 10 days. Profit was $34.35. The buyer did leave feedback. They said, packed well and arrived quickly. Thank you. So everything ended well on that one. This item is a set of Pier 1 candles. The scent is Ginger Peach. This is a discontinued scent. This item was free to me. I paid $0. Took an offer of $40. Profit was $35 even. And this buyer also left feedback. They said, excellent buying experience. Okay, here's another fun item. A pair of vintage Vanity Fair granny panties with the tag. These were imperfect. There was a tiny little ink mark on the back, which I included a photo of. You can barely see it, but you can still see it, so needs to be mentioned. I paid $2.02 for these, sold them for $40 on best offer. Profit was $33.37 on a pair of underwear. But wait, you get more. I had 2 pairs of these. This pair was also imperfect. The elastic in the waist was stretched all the way, so it wouldn't stretch anymore. I don't know if it was a factory defect or what was going on with that, but I paid $2.02 for these. They sold for my full asking price of $39.97. Profit was $33.23. So I made $66 profit on 2 pairs of granny panties that I found at the thrift store. Next item is a mixed lot of travel size items, shampoo, conditioner, soap. I paid $2.42 for this bag of toiletries. They sold for full asking price of $39.97. My profit was $37.23, and these sold very quickly within about 24 hours. Buyer paid shipping of $12.80 on this lot of items. Okay, next up is a Talbot's Cashmere Sweater. I paid $6.35 for this. It sold for full asking price of $39.97. Profit was $30.26. Now remember, this is August, and I sold several heavy sweaters. So eBay knows no seasons. And here we have another cashmere sweater. This one I paid $6.35 for. It sold on best offer of $38.50. Profit was $27.84. This was a cool item. Icelandic Design is the brand. It was a large cardigan wool jacket. It was a boiled wool texture, but the embroidery was beautiful and very intricate, and it was just an interesting looking piece. I paid $3.48 for this, took an offer of $35. Profit was $27.95. And here we have another sweater, Magashoni 100% cashmere. I paid $6.35, took an offer of $35. Profit was $26.05. The next item is a sports bra, Moving Comfort Juno bra. This bra actually retails for $100. I paid $4.17 for it, took an offer of $35. Profit was $27.10. And here is a Starbucks mug. I said a few months ago that I was getting out of the breakables business. This was one of my last breakable items, so I was glad to see it go. It was a Starbucks China Global City Icon mug from 2011. I paid $1.06. It sold for full price of $34.97. Profit was $30.91. Now, the buyer of this item was new to eBay. They joined on August 8th of 2020 and only had 2 feedback, but everything worked out just fine. They paid, I shipped it, it didn't get returned. They did not leave feedback, but everything worked out just fine. So don't be afraid of new buyers. Everyone starts with 0, and lots of people are coming to eBay now during the pandemic because retail shopping is just weird. Things aren't open or you have to wear a mask. It's just easier to shop online. So there are lots and lots of new buyers right now, and we should embrace that and just be happy to sell things to them. Okay, the next item is a Chico's Traveler's Top. I thought this was really pretty when I saw it in the thrift store. I paid $5.24 for this. Sold it for full price of $34.97 in about 2 weeks. My profit was $25.87. This is a Coca-Cola men's T-shirt and has a cool black and white optical illusion pattern. I just thought that was really interesting. I paid $3.18 for this. It sold for full price of $29.97. Profit was $24.23. Here's another sports bra. The brand is Waycole. It is a compression type sports bra. I paid $3.91 for this. Sold it for $29.97 full price. Profit was $22.84. And bras are one of my new and favorite product lines as I'm compacting my inventory. They're small, lightweight, easy to ship. They don't take up much room at all to store. And they're profitable sellers. I'm actually going to be putting together a class about selling bras for the premium library in the coming months, so watch for that. Okay, next is a Volkswagen T-Shirt. This item was new with tag, really cute raglan sleeves with the VW logo on the front. I paid $3.18, sold it for $29.97 at full price. Profit was $23.69. Okay, a few months ago, I started focusing on T-shirts, incorporating that as a new product line because I never really looked at them before. And just in this video alone, we've got this one that sold for just under $24, and then the Coca-Cola one that sold for just under $25. So approximately $50 profit just on 2 T-shirts. And I've been doing this business since 2003, and this is a product I never paid attention to before, and it's already working for me. So the lesson there is that you never stop learning, and there will always be things in thrift stores that are profitable. Don't worry about what they're pulling and putting behind the counter or marking up. You just have to learn to zag when they zig in the thrift store and look for different things and be a survivor in this business. You have to try new things. If you keep doing what you've always done, you're going to keep getting what you've always got. So that's the teachable moment on these T-shirts, is have an open mind, try new things, and if it doesn't work, then move on to the next thing. There is no such thing as failure. There's only trying things that didn't work. So you just keep moving on. Okay, the next item is a Boy Scouts men's uniform shirt. I paid $2.08 for this, sold it for best offer of $25. Profit was $20.27. Now, the Boy Scout patch market is huge, especially if they're vintage patches. So I did investigate the patches that were on this shirt to see if it was worth removing them and selling them alone, but unfortunately they weren't old enough or valuable enough, so I just left it as is, but still walked away with $20 profit on an item that doesn't look all that exciting, but people still consider these collectible. Okay, here's another one of my last breakable items, a Lennox portrait gallery photo frame. I paid $4.24 for this, took an offer of $20, profit was $13.62. And for some reason, I just can't walk away from Lennox items if they're in good conditions. I know I'm breaking my own rule of don't sell breakables, but there's exceptions to every rule. So the buyer left feedback. They said, excellent eBay experience. Hope to do more business with this seller. So I was happy with that. This item is a vintage daytimer leather planner. I paid $1.04 for this. I sold it for $20 on best offer. Profit was $15.80. Now, I'd had this for a few months and kept getting offers, but not what I wanted. And I changed the picture and dropped the price a couple of dollars, kind of jiggled things around on the listing, and it sold within a couple of days. So the lesson there is if you have stale items, try changing that first picture, whether you're going to just revise the item or end it and restart it. Sometimes having a different picture on there can get more buyers to your listing or buyers that haven't looked at it yet. So I was happy with $15 on that item. And I have another puzzle that sold, Stranger Things puzzle, only 300 pieces, so not super challenging, but still a good flip. I paid $1.06 for this. It was brand new. Took a $15 offer. Profit was $10.96. And this buyer also left feedback. They said, great puzzle, fast shipping, thanks. So I was happy with that. And then the last item is a teachable moment. This is a Hardtail brand cardigan jacket. And I didn't notice the flaw until I got home, which I'll show you that in a minute. I paid $3.18, sold it for $15. Profit was $10.71. So I was happy with that because the item was actually defective. I didn't realize it till I got home, but I still walked away making a nice profit. So this is the defect. It's a little stain. It looks like a bleach stain. I wasn't sure if this was supposed to be there or not because the edges are pretty smooth and I wasn't sure if that was some kind of logo, but I did put in the listing condition, good pre-owned condition, color defect on sleeve, and I showed several pictures of it. And the buyer left feedback and she said, exactly as pictured, shipped quickly and packaged securely, thanks so much. And I just had to laugh at her username, Nurse Ratchet from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. The older people will remember this character from that movie. And I did reach out to the buyer and told her that her username just made me laugh. It was funny. And she's actually a nurse and been a nurse for 25 years. So I just thought that was funny. Okay, those are some of my items that sold. If you want to see the rest of them, there's a link below the video that takes you to my sold items page, and you can just scroll through everything and check out all the items I sold. Now, returns. I only had one return. The reason was for fit. It was a pair of Eileen Fisher pants, and the return amount was $40. Okay, let's get into the numbers. And here's another pretty waterfall from the Lake Keowee area. Here is the bar graph of my sales ebb and flow for August. And I am 100% sure that my sales slowed down because I slowed down. I took a little vacation. You're allowed to have a life when you do eBay. That's fine. But you need to remember there is an ebb and flow with eBay. And usually there is no cause and effect explanation. And I see other sellers doing this all the time. They're just trying to analyze every little aspect of their business of, why were my sales slower? Why aren't things slowing? What's happening? What am I doing wrong? Trying to blame it on something. And really, sometimes you just can't figure it out. There's too many variables. So don't overthink it. Just accept that this is the way eBay works. Sales are going to go up and down. Focus on what you can control, which is moving forward and having faith that the system works. Keep listing, stay positive. Sales will come back. And I know I keep repeating when I started doing eBay, but experience is going to be your best friend here. If you're new, you're not going to realize this happens all the time. Once you've been around for a while, a few years selling on eBay, you will have more faith in the system because this is just the way it looks sometimes. Sales go up and down, and there's no way to explain it. You can look at this bar graph and try to figure out which days were your highest sales days, and there's no correlation. So just take a step back, understand this is the way it works, and sometimes there is no hard evidence to explain why things are slowing down. Just keep moving forward. Okay, here's my August summary. I sold 117 items. My total profit was $1,951.56. That was down $641.83 from the previous month. I received 55 feedbacks, so almost half of the number of items I sold, but obviously some of those feedbacks came from sales that occurred within the previous 90 days. So I'm just showing you that only about a third of your buyers are going to leave feedback. That's okay. That's just the way it is. Okay, how am I doing on listing? I had 565 items in my store on July 31st. As of August 31st, I have 708 items. So while not as many items sold, I'm continuing to list and move forward. Okay, average price of listed items. To get this number, you'll go to your active listings view. You will see the quantity of items and the dollar amount of the asking price of your items, and you just divide the dollar amount by the number of items, and you get this average price. And this kind of keeps you on track so that you're not listing too many low dollar items. I have some items that are $100. I have some that are $20, but I like to stay in this range of around $30 to $40 for the average price, asking price of my listed items. It just keeps me on track. This number can be whatever you're happy with. So in July, $32.25 was the average price of my listed items. And in August, it was $33.72. So I'm on track with that. Goal versus actual. I really want to see a profit of $3,500 per month by the end of this year. That may be a little aggressive. We'll find out. For this month, my actual profit was $1,951.56. So we'll see where that goes as we head into fourth quarter, which I think this fourth quarter is going to be very interesting with the current conditions of retail shopping versus online shopping, the number of people who are new to eBay this year, and all those factors that we're looking at. I just think fourth quarter is going to be very interesting. And I always give you an update on the premium library as of August 31st. There are 342 videos, 101 hours of education. So if you have not checked out the premium library yet, now is the time so that you can be on track for fourth quarter and seize this amazing opportunity we're going to have this year with exploding online sales. Okay, that's it. That's what happened in August. I'm looking forward to an amazing September and an even better October. So we will see how that works out. Thanks so much for watching, and stay positive, keep listing, and have a profitable and productive day on eBay.